All right. Welcome to the Fight for Honor rundown. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you all right. Can you hear me all right?
If you can't hear us, then it's probably a you problem. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are here to talk about the unequivocally stacked show that is happening on Sunday in Raleigh, North Carolina. UPW presents Fight for Honor, and that show is going to be crazy. We are joined by Christian.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. And we are joined by a contestant on the show. She is your hero. She is a comic book manga in real life. I'm trying to remember.
She's a hero, guys.
She's a hero.
And she is going one-on-one with, one might call in this situation, a villain.
Yeah.
Going one-on-one with Audrey Allen, which, of course, in her corner is the conniving Johnny Shore.
Yeah, the Shore thing, Johnny Shore. But for those watching now, Sunday, you could be there at 3:00 to buy merchandise from people and to get pictures with your favorite wrestlers and to kind of meet and kind of greet and all of that stuff. 4:00, the bell time. You can get tickets right down. You can get tickets in the corner at bit.ly. Yeah, thank you, Christian. UPWFFF. Throw some F's in the chat for that one. We're super excited for this event. The first match we'll talk about is Airica Demia versus Audrey Allen, and we have Airica Demia on who will lead us off and just kind of, what are you expecting? What are you excited about? This is your first time wrestling in Raleigh.
So that is a big thing I'm excited for. I've never wrestled in Raleigh before. I've also never wrestled Audrey Allen before. It's always fun to get to wrestle somebody new because, you know, you get the same person in a lot of different places. Mm-hmm. But that's fine. But it's exciting getting to wrestle somebody new, especially somebody of such a different caliber, if that makes sense.
Just kind of scary.
A little bit. But heroes don't back down. That's not what heroes do.
Yeah, that is awesome. So you got this match against Audrey. This is somebody you've never competed against. How are you preparing for this match, and what do people have to expect from Airica Demia on Sunday?
Well, I've been doing my best to prepare. I've been in the gym. I literally got home from the gym maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm trying to get big and muscular like her because she's bigger than me, and it's a little bit scary. Trying to be a muscle mommy at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's a big way I've been trying to prepare for it. I'm sleepy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest thing that anybody can expect from me is for me to bring it my all, for me to go beyond, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm not sure if you're familiar with Johnny Shore, but he's going to be at ringside. You have the Legend of Solar, who often accompanies you. Has he been preparing for this counterpart ringside of Johnny Shore? So he has Steve the Sword. Johnny Shore has a paddle. Do we want to name it?
It's a cricket bat. Because you see, Johnny Shore, he had quite the wealthy upbringing, luxury, all of his hobbies. It cost too much for me to partake in.
Yeah.
So he likes that cricket bat. He brings it with him. It often is a difference maker in matches that he has his managerial services attached to. So is that something you can prepare for? Like just an unknown factor on the outside that you know is going to try to take advantage?
Honestly, the best thing to do is prepare for things you can't prepare for in any way you can, honestly.
Okay.
And my dad, I know my dad will be there, so I feel like I have a better chance of
You've got Steve
getting past it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you've got an equalizer with your dad there on the sidelines helping you out.
I wouldn't say equalizer. I mean, it's a paddle and then a sword.
Okay.
I mean, one kind of outweighs the other just a little bit.
And we're going to see this Sunday if one will outweigh the other, whether it's going to be Airica Demia or it's going to be Audrey Allen. And Audrey Allen is coming off a defeat for that UPW World Women's Championship. So she has something to prove. You have something to prove. I think it's going to be a really exciting match that are going to have a lot of people talking.
Yeah, we're super excited. just coming fresh off CZW. So you've been training with some high caliber competitors, and we're excited to see you bring that talent to UPW. So thank you so much for joining us. And anything you'd like to say to Audrey Allen before you go?
I do have one thing to say. I do know what it's like to be a hero. Heroes do go through trials and tribulations and all of that. I've been through some. Mm-hmm. Don't underestimate me. That'll be your biggest mistake.
Awesome. Yep.
Spoken like a true hero.
Yes. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we will see you this Sunday with your dad and Steve the Sword. So worth the price of admission alone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was Airica Demia. Christian, what do you think about this match? Kind of what are your thoughts as far? Oops, you're still here.
I can't figure out how to leave.
I got you. Wow, the Matrix link. Goodbye. Okay.
You see, that's the wonder of live stream, guys.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen, much like you're not going to know what's going to happen this Sunday. UPW, Fight for Honor, doors at 3, bell at 4.
Bell at 4. And we all know.
You had a question, though. You had a question.
Yes. What are you, with this match, what are you looking forward to, or what do we have to expect when it comes to
I think a difference of size, a different of strengths, and not just raw strength, but Audrey Allen is like she's a power lifter, man.
Yeah,
she has the ability to throw anybody around, but Airica is crafty and she's a striker, and like she only needs that like small window of opportunity to make a run at it. So it's just whether favorite is probably Audrey's strength alone, but Airica is sneaky good. You can't give her a window.
There's no clear edge here, and I think that's what we're excited about. What I'm excited about is our next guest. So we have a match. Let's talk a little bit about it before we bring them on. We've got the Zenith. Ready or not, here I come. We're gonna find you. Versus, it's so fine when you're Divine. The Zenith, the Divine Dynasty meeting.
Another first time matchup here on this show, man.
Yeah. So to talk about this match, which I'm really excited for because big fan of the Zenith, big fan of the Devines. We have the Divine Dynasty, and before we bring them on, let's look at this picture of them so that we can get the format just right when we come back. Ready or not, here I come.
They're looking tough, man.
They're looking tough. They're looking scary. They're looking ready to defend. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's oh so fine when you're Divine. We've got here. How you guys doing tonight?
Man, what's happening, guys? We feel so fine.
Are you busy? You busy, Dynamite?
Oh, no. You caught me in a perfect time.
Okay, perfect. Speaking of perfection, you guys are going to need to bring the perfect strategy this Sunday up against the Zenith. How have you been preparing for this match?
Lots and lots and lots of studying, lots and lots and lots of training. This is the first time not the first time we faced a tag team that's bigger than us, because TDT is quite a big man.
Yes.
So we got a challenge ahead of us for Sunday.
Okay. How are you guys? Because in a ways, when it comes to the Zenith, it's always the odd man out because they've got somebody usually on their side, whether it's Benny, whether it's Caitlin. How are you going to prepare for Ben Grayson on the sidelines, manager of the year from 2022, staring across the ring from you guys, in addition to TDT, who has all the kids, and JR, who has all the Riz, as the kids would say.
Used to have all the hair.
Used to have all the hair, yeah.
He had nice hair, man.
Man, if we see Benny and if Benny gets involved, I mean, Benny is just going to get punched right in the mouth. I mean, just plain and simple.
I don't see why, we've tried to stray away from having Unk come out with us, trying to, handle things on our own. But, we've said it before. We're no stranger to the numbers game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, we'll be ready if necessary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I have a question. Just I guess when you're preparing for a match, do you have to like practice extra hard to get the big boot up when you're wearing a size 18?
Man, yeah, a lot of stretching does come involved with having to bring my foot up that high.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to prepare for TDT this Sunday. So a lot of stretching.
I have
So
Sorry.
the Zenith have talked a lot of trash. They think they're just on a different level, and maybe they are. That's not for me to say. Do y'all have like days before the show something that you want the Zenith to hear, that you want everyone in Raleigh to hear going into this Sunday big time tag team matchup? Following that, I mean, due to some tomfoolery, y'all weren't able to secure the UPW World Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
And that night, you made a vow to keep gunning, keep on doing your thing, keep on grinding.
Sure.
With all that being said, what do you have to say to the Zenith and the fans in Raleigh come Sunday?
Don't take us lightly. Don't let your guard down. Be ready, because we are not. Hey man, we're done being at the bottom, and we're starting to climb now. You know what I mean? Like we are head first, guns ablazing.
That's right, man. That's right. I mean, we challenge anybody on the East Coast, whether it was Tennessee, Virginia, South Carolina, anywhere. And Zenith took the challenge, and don't take us lightly, because we made the challenge. Why would we lose? We're going to bring everything we got to the table, and we're going to make sure we walk out with the win this Sunday.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm pulling for you guys. I do have one more question that is a little bit related to the last month's show. So during the 4-way for the junior heavyweight championship, there was a table that may or may not have been had somebody go through it.
There was a table. There definitely was a table.
Can you confirm that was your table that got?
We can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
You know, that's our lawyers they've told us not to really talk about a lot of that. We've got people handling that in behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
I think my biggest takeaway is that
happened in the Fatal 4-Way. You know, especially those kind of guys. You know what I mean?
You guys left your table out there. It's almost on you, if I'm being honest.
And I'm just throwing this out there. The Devines have the resources to call a lawyer over a table.
Yes.
I would not want to be on their bad side, guys.
I mean, we had to sign an NDA just to be able to come on here tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, as one does.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being accommodating with that. So super excited about this match. You guys, it's your chance to prove to the UPW that you are the team that you said you are. You lost last month, but I don't think anybody can put that loss at your feet. There was a little bit of shenanigans that went on as a result, but as we saw last month, you guys are nothing to be taken lightly, and I'm really looking forward to this match. So I really appreciate you guys coming on and taking the time to talk with us. You've got one more minute. Is there anything else you would like to say to the UPW faithful?
Man, make sure you mark your calendars. You make sure you set Sunday is free for you, because you do not want to miss any of the matches, especially the match between the Divine Dynasty and Zenith. And you can watch us get our first win this Sunday, right, Dynamite?
Oh yes.
Right, and I think you guys have one more thing that you're contractually obligated to say before we can let you go. If you want to say it,
do you think? You have an idea what that?
Should we do it?
Wait.
Do the thing. The thing.
I think
we should tell them why we're gonna win this Sunday.
I think we need to. You know what? Why is that? I
think it's because it is
so
fun when you are
Divine.
Yes,
thank you guys so much. We appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you guys.
Oh yes,
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Right. They may not be with us anymore, but we have this picture that we can look at for just a couple more seconds. Now, the next person that we're bringing on, just as pretty as these two. Oops. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
The bad man, James Johnson.
There he is.
I'm going to edit this so that we can come back and boom.
looking jacked, dude.
You know, it's from lifting up the indie scene for 10 years, brother. What can I say?
We're happy to have you on. This is a match that you're having that I am excited for.
I'm pumped, man.
We've got the man that's put aside the hippie, that's taken a step forward, that's collecting gold wherever he goes as a result. And then you have somebody who is just kind of getting into the groove of being the hippie with Stephen Meeks. What kind of lesson are you going to teach Stephen on Sunday?
You know, the problem with giving out lessons is, like, I train my kids all the time, and I don't train them for free. So giving out lessons for free just sounds like a horrible business strategy for you, boy.
Horrible.
But I will say I've heard Stephen tell other people who have then relayed it to me that this was a dream match for him. And as flattering as that is, it may have been a dream match if he started lacing his boots up 2 or 3 years earlier. This is not going to be anything more than a nightmare for Stephen. Ghost of Christmas future, if you will, brother. I'm going to ruin it for him.
Oof, I don't know if you see the screen here, but Meeks is watching. Do you take enjoyment in the fact that you are, if all goes to plan, that you're going to crush a young Stephen Meeks' dream?
Enjoyment, it's both a big word, but I don't know if it's a big enough word. Because I would like for him to, how should I say this? I would like for him to not dwell on this little phase.
Oh.
And we're back.
There it is.
Stephen Meeks the hacker.
He thinks he's going to ruin it for me. It's just not going to happen. But I would like to kick Stephen Meeks out of this phase as soon as possible. I would like the young man to have a very promising career. The fact is, until he kicks it, well, you saw what happened with me.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you, man.
Yeah, so this is your birthday show. Is this the first time that you wrestled on your birthday? You could say yes, so it makes it feel more special. It is, right?
First time in a ring in front of fans.
Okay, well there you go.
Okay, that's a good answer.
And for those people who may not know James Johnson, you hit really hard.
So I've been told.
So Stephen Meeks.
Many have relayed.
So how are you preparing your strikes, very strong suit of your arsenal? How are you preparing for that against Stephen Meeks, who is quick, who has been trained by the likes of Bobby Blaze, an old school Memphis wrestler, and Chance Prophet, who is a legend in the West Virginia scene? I wouldn't take him lightly. He's definitely not somebody that you want to just sleep on. But how are you preparing for Meeks when you step into the ring with him?
Oh, I would never take an opponent lightly. The last 10 years have taught me that. I know all about Stephen Meeks' training. I know all about the legendary names he's been in the ring with. And I know how good he is. The fact is, after a while, quickness tends to fade away. After I work on him for a little bit, he's not really going to be able to move around the ring as well. When I get that hand on him, he's going to sleep. I'm going to give him a little nap.
Perfect.
And then he can wake up and he can thank me because I know he's tired.
Well, I mean, you are very confident going into this match, but does any of that confidence come from your good buddy, Drew Hood, also being involved in this show? Is he going to have your back in this particular match, or are you going to have his back?
Well, maybe just a smidge of confidence comes from knowing that my good buddy Drew Hood, one of my students. I mean, it's not exactly like I'm hiding it from you. I let you guys put him on my match graphic beside me. He's gonna be there. And you also really don't ever know who else is gonna show up, because there's not just two of us. But we'll leave surprises for later.
Yeah, let's leave surprises for later. And I think the audience is going to be surprised at how fun of a match this is. Now, I'm going to call a little bit back. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really super excited to see this match. And I hope you have a great night. But you mentioned sleep, and I can't think of a better word to describe our next guest as somebody who will most likely put you to sleep. But TDT was busy. JR was busy. Caitlin Marie was busy. They were all busy, so they do what they do, and they send in Benny. So please welcome to the podcast, the stream, the manager of the year from 2022. He's good at what he does. And what he does is annoy people. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you for joining us, Benny. It's so good to see you. So
See,
good.
Christian, I appreciate you. Daniel, you could take a flying leap. First off, Johnson cuts into my time. I don't appreciate that. And then I get an introduction like that, like I'm the fourth string. Everybody wants to hear me talk. Everybody wants to know what I'm going to say next.
How are you doing tonight? You're right. I could have toned it down a little bit, and I'm sorry.
You could have. You're supposed to be like an unbiased reporter, right?
I don't think that's how it works, but
yeah, it should.
So big match this Sunday. Maybe a
You
bigger
are
match
correct.
for the Devines. Like this is a big deal. They made the call out, and the Zenith answered. Going into it, when the Devines made that challenge, what was your initial reaction?
To be honest, I've been itching to be in a ring with the Devines. I want to see what happens. Oh, ASJ already. Get out of here with that. Yeah, get a load of this guy. You're right, AC, because that's exactly what's going to happen on Sunday. You're going to be toe-to-toe, and I've been wanting this to happen. I've been wanting to see TDT and JR Miller punch your faces off. And now it is going to happen. And that is just the first step for us taking those tag team titles as well.
Okay, speaking of the tag team titles, the Zenith have gone back and forth with Brutality Inc. and by osmosis, the process. Do you have any thoughts on that? What's your take on Brutality Inc. and their tag team title win last month?
I have a lot of history with all three people. I remember I was there when Jackson Drake first broke in. I was there when Alex Evans broke in. And Mark James, I will say, I learned a lot from him when I was coming up. But now, ASJ, get out of here with your stupid comments. Go outside, nerd. Now, they're holding tag team championships, and that's just something we do. We collect tag team championships. And Mark, Alex, you and I have gone back and forth. We've all gone back and forth online. Once we get past the Devines, which should be a pretty easy task, we're coming for you next. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. And I don't mean to underplay your clients in this at all. TDT is an unstoppable man who moves almost as good as anybody, like 2 times the less size of him. You've got Caitlin Marie here. How is he single? Well, I don't know. How are you single, Benny?
That's by choice.
Choice.
A
Okay.
choice. Respectable. That's a respectable answer.
Yeah, you've got TDT. You don't really need to talk about TDT. You know who TDT is. You know what he's done. You know the belts he's had. You know the championships he's gone. You've got JR Miller, who's been trained by the best. He's traveled around the country being trained. So I definitely think this is going to be a good match. I may not be a fan of you, but I am a fan of what your team does, and there is no denying the success that you've had. So I appreciate you coming on tonight, and I think it'll be a good match this Sunday.
It should be. The Devines, I've watched them wrestle for a while, and that is exactly why I want to give them the challenge that is the Zenith. So when I heard about the open challenge, I talked to the guys, and we knew we had to be the ones to answer it.
Awesome. Well, this Sunday, Raleigh, North Carolina, we will see this challenge be answered, and we will see who walks out victorious. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry to all who had to watch these 5 minutes.
Hey, the pleasure is all yours.
It was a pleasure, Benny. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Let's look at this picture where his mouth's not moving. So our next guest, I'm very excited for. New to the North Carolina scene, and he is going to be in a match against not one but two men. We have Merrick Donovan joining us next. Sir Merrick Donovan, an amazing talent. I can't wait for the Raleigh crowd to be able to see him. We are joined by him now. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you? Greetings.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Super excited to see you in a UPW ring.
Yeah.
I will say before we start, what are your thoughts on Benny? I know you were watching from the wings.
He's okay.
He's okay.
I won't say anything that I don't need to be said. So
okay. I don't think you've lived in North Carolina long enough then.
So you have a big time match coming up on Sunday, and it's a match that to Sean Cruz's behest there's been lots of moving parts too, and I thought when you got plugged in there, I'm like, okay, this is the last piece of this match, and then Sean wasn't the only one surprised. Then you're surprised by the inclusion of Diego Hill. So kind of just walk us through your thought process. Initially, the one-on-one match with Sean, and then the inclusion of Diego Hill.
Yes. Well, at first, just seeing that I was facing a warrior of such great knowledge and ability as in Sean, I was prepared for that match, and I was finding ways to get prepared for that match. And he was a little angry. He might need a Snickers, to relax that anger a little bit, but it's okay. Unfiltered, as you will. But once I seen that Diego was added fourth into the battle, I was like, okay, because I have faced Diego once before in another land, and so I'm ready to see where we're at now in this land here at UPW.
So how are you going to take that last experience that you've had with Diego Hill and bring that into this match, and then also somehow juggle the variable, as you can see, as Sean Cruz said, add whoever you want this Sunday. Everyone is going to get to see the real Sean Cruz. But how are you preparing for a semi-known variable and then an unknown variable at the same time?
Yes. Well, everyone's always unknown. When you first start, you're one person, and the next time you see them, they're always going to be learning and growing to be a better warrior in the fray at all times. So even though I have faced Diego once before, he's not the same Diego that I faced once before. So with that knowledge, I'm always ready for battle. No matter what, I'm always keeping my head on a swivel and watching whomever. And even with Sean, someone I don't know, I'm sure he has so many tricks that he wants to pull out of the book, if you will. And it doesn't faze me. All I know is I need to be prepared and be ready regardless of whatever is supposed to happen.
It's almost incredible that with the more unknown variables, the chip on your shoulder just seems to grow and grow. It seems like you thrive in this battling into the unknown. For the UPW fan who may not be familiar with you, what can they expect this Sunday?
Oh boy. Let's just say it's going to be a grand time, Knowles, from start to finish. It doesn't matter what happens or where it happens. You're going to know the name Sir Knight Merrick Donovan, and you're going to remember the name. And you will be saying huzzah from day in, day out until the end.
So I've heard huzzah before, but I don't think that I've heard it in the way that you use it. For those who don't know, what does huzzah mean to you?
Huzzah for me is just a battle cry. It's a way for us all to share and for us all to be together. Once I say huzzah and the nobles say huzzah, we all know that we're all together in this battle as one. So that's what huzzah means to me.
Perfect.
Well, the battle will begin this Sunday. Bell time is 4:00. Tickets start as low as $10, guys. It's gonna be a great time.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you so much. I am so excited for the Raleigh crowd too. I believe you have some ties to this land, and I'm excited for them to come out and see you wrestle. So,
Indeed.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on Sunday.
Be well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, just gonna put your picture back up here. It could be running smoother. I know we're all thinking it. And now your picture seems to have disappeared. Okay. But so Merrick Donovan, what do people have to look forward to when it comes to Merrick Donovan, Christian?
It's gonna be such an interesting match because you have so many different styles. You have what I would consider a strong style of Merrick Donovan. Diego, like he's a striker, he's a high flyer, and Sean Cruz is crafty, man. He's a veteran, and he seems newly motivated to really make a statement and show people who he really is.
Yeah, and based off of what Sean Cruz had to say, I actually have invited him to join us. We have a little bit of an opening, so I sent you the link if you're watching, which I think you are. So if you'd like to come on and kind of talk about your experience with this match, join us right away. That'd be great. But Diego Hill is an interesting addition to this this match, and they got to see Diego Hill. In fact, I think he was the one that went through the Devines table at the last show. I think all three different styles are very diverse and very different, and I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely, it's going to be quite the match. And if you want to see the show, guys, if you're watching right now, we have been authorized by UPW management to give away 2 free tickets. So keep that in mind. There will later on in the stream, we're going to do our thing. We're going to talk about it, and you're going to want to stay tuned for the opportunity to get those tickets for free, guys.
Yeah, and this is a show that you're not going to want to miss. We've talked about a couple of these matches already. Airica Demia versus Audrey Allen. We've got the match with the Divine Dynasty, who we've heard from, and the Zenith. A match that's never happened before, but a match that's been a long time coming. And then we've also got this match, which is a triple threat between Unfiltered Sean Cruz, who's making his return to UPW, the newcomer in Merrick Donovan, and then the returning Diego Hill as well. And we are joined right now by Sean Cruz. We're going to give him a few minutes to talk before we bring on our next guest. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing
Pretty
good.
good, man. Yep, you're looking jacked.
Trying, bro. It's been a rough year. Been a rough 2 years, actually. You know, a lot of personal issues, a lot of things. You know, I stepped away from the business a couple times in the last year. Probably lost a lot of respect from some people. Let some people down. Probably a lot of people don't think I'm that reliable. But see, now it's time to start that redemption story arc for you comic book fans out there. You know what those are. Man, I've got nothing left to lose at this point, and that's just going to spell trouble this Sunday for whoever I'm in the ring with. I mean, point blank. It's taking absolutely nothing away from either one of those guys or their talent, but nobody wants this like I do. As a matter of fact, nobody needs this like I do. That's the X factor. You want to talk about different styles, and you want to talk about, you know, who's traveled here and who was trained, whatever. None of that matters, because when you're hungrier than anybody else that you step in front of, no amount of training, no amount of watching tape, none of that's going to matter. Because I'm willing to die in that ring on Sunday. Yep. And I don't think either one of those guys are.
Okay, that's well said.
You seem to be carrying this X factor about you. Like, ever since you've come back, you seem to be you've been carrying something with you. And do you think, whatever that is, do you think that gives you an edge on Sunday, that you feel as though you need this more than anybody else?
Absolutely. I mean, like I literally just stated, it's you can say, what is it? Hard work. What is it? Talent. Hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. All the cliches you want to say. None of that matters when you back a wild animal up against a wall, which is exactly what I am, and it's exactly where I'm at. Neither one of those guys that's stepping in that ring with me on Sunday knows what it's like to go through the absolute hell I've been through the earlier part of this year and part of last year. To turn your back and walk away from the thing you love, your passion, the thing that you feel God put you on this earth to do, to go and do something else that you think is the right thing, that you're trying to man up, and then to lose it all, to lose both, to lose everything, and then to come back to a sport that you thought would always have your back, and to find out that you're getting left behind there too. Not even the one thing that you always had to turn back to, that always loved you through everything, doesn't love you anymore.
Yeah.
So honestly, like, I don't wish the kind of pain that I've been through the last few months on anybody, including my opponents. I mean, I'll put that out there. I mean, I'm not a nice guy, but I'm not that mean of a guy that I would wish any kind of heartache, hardship, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like, I try to keep my personal business to myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes those lines blur. And to be quite honest, you talk about having a chip on your shoulder. My entire shoulder is a chip now. Like, I'm using this to fuel me to just steamroll anybody who gets in front of me. I don't care who it is. I don't care how long they've been in the business. I mean, that's not disrespect. That's just me being honest. It can be the biggest guy on the roster. It can be the fastest guy on the roster. You do not want it more than I do. I don't care who you are.
Awesome. Well, I definitely think this match has so many different variables, and I definitely am excited to see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you,
See you on
guys.
Sunday, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's bring some gold into the equation. We've talked about gold a little bit here and there, but we haven't actually seen any tonight. We've got with us the undisputed UPW tag team champions, and Mark James and Alex Evans. How are we doing tonight, boys?
The GoldFellas.
He said undisputed, Alex. He said undisputed. Did you hear that? Because all I've heard this entire fucking show has been how we've had shenanigans and tomfoolery to win these fucking titles. Undisputed, right? I mean, we had shenanigans and tomfoolery to win the damn titles. I wore your shirt today, guys. I wore your shirt. I was trying to be nice. This is an olive branch I'm trying to give to you guys right here tonight. But what'd you do? You shit all over it.
And Christ almighty, thank God y'all aren't freaking wrestlers. Talk about sticking to times. Jesus Christ.
I swear. Anyway, we have questions, I guess. You guys have stuff you want to talk about?
This quick. I got to pee. Hurry up.
Yeah. What's up?
First off, I just want to say this is great as always. It's always great talking to you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you for wearing our shirt.
Undisputed pleasure.
Take it off.
I should. Right now, I should take it off. Anyway, what do you want?
Oh,
they had Benny on. They had Benny on, Alex. They had Benny. Can you believe that?
I fell asleep.
I've got a question for you, Alex. And the Trendsetters recorded. They said that specifically, Pretty Boy Lane said he doesn't know if you're brutal enough. When you're going into this match, do you have a little bit of an edge, saying not only are you here to win, but are you going to try to inflict a little more pain than usual because of that?
1,000. I take shits bigger than Pretty Boy Lane. Okay, when I look forward to getting into that ring, not just with all three of them, especially with Mr. Lane. I hope he's watching. We've had a little banter back and forth online, blah, blah, blah. That's all talk, right? The real stuff happens when we step into the ring. And this Sunday, we're going to step into the ring. And I thoroughly plan on breaking his face into 1,000 pieces.
Well,
is that real enough for you?
This is the it's a 6-man tag. It's y'all's in-ring debut. as the GoldFellas, as the process with Jackson Drake. What can the fans on Sunday expect this Sunday in that 6-man tag?
Pain.
Excellence.
A lot of pain. And excellent pain at that. There's going to be a lot of excellent pain happening in this match. Look, Kason Kane's been pissed at me for like a year and a half now. You guys know this? Kason Kane's been pissed at me for a year and a half now because at Firestar Wrestling, I turned on his little team with him and Oliver Sawyer and friggin' I can't even remember his name right now. But anyway, I beat his little ass too. And Kason's been pissed at me ever since. So this is his little chance to get back at me, right? Through the GoldFellas, through the process. And he's going to bring his little buddies, the trendsetters, in here to try and beat our asses. Guys, we don't have these golds for no reason. We got this gold for a reason.
Multiple
sets. Multiple sets of gold. Zenith comes on here. Benny comes on here talking all this shit about how Zenith is so good. They said the Devines are going to be easy. It should be easy to run through Devines. You're out of your mind. You don't know how tough those Devines are. You guys are crazy. You got everybody on the show talking about they're pissed off because they're not on flyers or they're not getting advertised enough. Do something and fucking earn it, guys. You want to be on flyers? Earn that shit. You want to be that guy? Earn it. 23 years, I've earned it. I got 4 of these right now. 4 different titles. Alex has 2 different titles. Jackson's got 2 different titles. You want to be on posters? Earn that shit. Come beat us.
Try.
Well, I think you guys said it pretty nicely there, and I think I'm gonna let you guys go because
is that, whoa. That's all you got? We waited.
That's it. We're over time. We're 2 minutes over already because they waited and brought us on 3 minutes late.
You better hit me with something better than that.
Okay. Real quick.
Don't even ask me about a damn cheat meal again, Christian. You better make this.
I wouldn't dare. Talk us through end of last show. Jackson Drake. The formation of the process. Talk us through the thought process behind the attack on Bojack, the attack on Trey Havoc.
Listen, everyone already knew that Jackson, myself, and Mark were the shit in this business. So why not collectively we came to the agreement, let's just run the damn show. Not just at UPW, wherever we decide to go. There is not a single person in that locker room that can stand toe-to-toe with Mark, myself, or Jackson, let alone the 3 of us at the same time. So why not choose to run the show? That's exactly what we did. We're taking over. It started at the last show. It's just going to continue to go on and on and on and on until for some godforsaken reason we just decide not to or just fucking retire.
Okay.
If you guys think this is all we got, we're just getting started. This is only the second event for UPW, guys. We're just getting started.
Is the boss man going to
coming together
for cussing on this?
I think he will, yeah, actually.
That's fine. Whatever. I got it to spend.
That's fine us. Yeah, Alex got it. We're good. Yeah. We're good. Look, plain and simple. We know we're out of time. We understand you guys have things you have to follow. We follow the process. The process gets us championships. We are the process. Come fucking get them if you want them.
That's said.
Thank you.
Now you guys can go. You're welcome.
All right, that's Brutality Inc. as a part of the process. I don't think they like us, Christian.
I
had to guess. I would say that they didn't like us, and that hurts. I don't know what I've done to them, but it kind of hurts. But I don't know.
I think they have. We talked a lot tonight about chips on shoulders, and they have a chip on their shoulder a mile wide, and they have something to prove. And this alliance, it feels unholy in nature.
Yeah. But speaking of something to prove, I'm so excited that this next match in this card is happening. We are joined by Robert Martyr right now, who is facing Drew Hood. Super huge fan of this guy, and I'm so excited for everybody to be able to see him. How are you doing tonight, Robert?
Good night. I just got home, drove 2 hours from a show. So
working hard. So this match you have against Drew Hood, you've been in the ring with the likes of Timothy Thatcher, Kevin Blackwood, Minoru Suzuki. You've been there, you've done that, all at the age of 22, 23. Drew Hood, 22, sorry. But Drew Hood is somebody's different. Drew Hood isn't a wrestler. He's an entertainer. And I think that if I were you, I'd have something to prove going into this match. So how are you preparing? What are your thoughts going into this match for Drew Hood?
I don't have anything. What do I have to prove to Drew Hood? Tell me. What do I have to? I'm doing UPW a service by showing up. Number one. Okay. Number two, Drew Hood said it on your show. He got to chill up his spine. He got scared. He got nervous. He got a kick in the ass. He was a little scared when he heard my name. Listen, man, I'm a ghost. Okay. In North Carolina, in New Jersey, in San Francisco, in LA, in Florida, Georgia, I could keep going. New York, I'm a ghost because everybody's heard my name. Okay. Here's the thing. The only thing I need to prove to Drew Hood is how much better of a talker I am. And I think I'm already doing that. Okay. So look, Drew Hood, UPW champion. Okay. Or sorry, Union Pro Wrestling champion. But here's the thing. Drew Hood is a guy that I remember despising when I first started wrestling. He was a guy that I felt like, man, I want to get rid of those guys because those guys don't work as hard as a guy like Robert Martyr. Those guys don't work like me. So why are they up here? Because they can, cut a better promo? Listen, guess what? I got that department on down lock. So what else do you got for me? Here's the thing, man. Drew Hood, great wrestler. Great. He's not bad. He's a Union Pro Wrestling champion. He's a great guy. I'm sure I'd like him outside of professional wrestling. But when you step in the ring, that likeness goes away. He's what? 6'4", 6'5", 220, 250. I've tapped guys out in jiu-jitsu bigger than that. 300 pounds at least. What is there to be surprised about?
It seems that the idea of that he identifies as a sports entertainer rather than a professional wrestler, that seems to strike a chord with you. Can you kind of talk us through that difference in mentality and just kind of your reaction to it?
I mean, it hits home. You know who one of my closest friends is? Has a great main event match tonight? Daniel Garcia. How'd he get there? Dancing. He was the god in professional wrestling in 2021. There was nobody on the planet that was wrestling at the consistent level that Daniel Garcia was. But he realized that when it comes to the big bright lights, they don't really care all that much about pro wrestling. They care about money. So, you know what I decided? I decided if Daniel Garcia, a guy that could wrestle his ass off any day of the week, be a million-time champion any day of the week if given the opportunity, what does Robert Martyr have to do? What do I have to do to be special? What do I have to do to be great? And I said, be myself. Because nobody can be Robert Martyr. So I'm going to be myself to the absolute best of my ability. And I have full proof confidence that I can be myself and I can get to the top. And look, Drew Hood, look, I've heard of Drew Hood. Okay, I've heard of him. Before this match was announced, I had heard of him. And he is a much different professional wrestler from 2 or 3 years ago. Arrogant, yes, but the exact same, not really. So Drew made a change, and the change has been successful. But my point is, I don't need to make that change. Because when you're good, and you can't be replaced. There's a million Drew Hoods out there. I promise you. There's some on TV right now. Drew Hood is chasing a ghost that everybody knows. Robert Martyr is that ghost, and everybody knows him as well.
I think you said it all when it comes to this match. I'm excited, and I think everybody that's watching right now, if you're not here for this match, you're in North Carolina. Sometimes you're not in North Carolina all the time. Definitely take advantage of this opportunity to show why he is the ghost the name that we've all heard. Thank you so much.
And real quick, just to stop you right there. I know we got still a lot more people.
Oh, you're good.
But Drew Hood, he released a promo right in front of his cute little TV and stuff, and talked about me being the wayward and all this stuff. I got my own little video coming out in the next few hours, maybe days. Just kidding. It's going to be probably tomorrow. So watch out for probably midday tomorrow. And If not tomorrow, listen, I got a lot of good editors Friday, but the next 2 days, you'll see my response, what I have to say. If anything I said today entices you to see more of Robert Martyr, just check out my Twitter. Trust me, it'll be on there.
Yeah, and you talk about Drew Hood promo. You're up there in the higher echelons of promo, so definitely something to look forward to. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us tonight.
Thank you so much, man.
That was Robert Martyr, and we're moving right along. We've got somebody I'm also very excited about seeing wrestle on Sunday. We've got Cam Jackson, so talented, so underrated. How are you doing tonight, Cam? Oh, I forgot to add him on. There he is. How you doing?
There we go.
Hey, man, what's happening, fellas?
It's nothing much, man. How are you?
Yo, man, I'm excited. I don't really get to do much of these, man. So this is good. I'm trying not to cuss because oh my God, are you guys listening to the show? What the heck is that?
Yeah, I don't know if you're Brutality Inc., but
they're pretty pissed off. And your opponents on Sunday seem a little bit pissed off.
Hey, what did I do to anybody? Did you? What the heck? All I did was take a booking, brother. No. No, let me get real here. Let me clean this up. Look, those two young men, and I'm not even going to name them. You know why I'm not going to name them? Because they called us nobodies. Okay, they called myself and my tag team partner Christian Price nobodies. So, therefore, they shan't be named. In this scenario, I feel like I've got a lot to prove here, believe it or not. I feel like usually I never get to feel this way. And this is an awesome thing because here on Wednesday, November 8th, 2023 at 9:52 in the PM, Cam Jackson is here to say, I really do not care what those two men have to say. What's going to happen is what needed to happen a long time ago. And that is Cam Jackson showing up, showing out, and doing his thing everywhere in the Carolinas and beyond. Beyond. Far away from here. But look, it don't get any better than us doing this thing this Sunday. It don't get no better than the chance to prove, the chance to fight, the chance to laugh. I want to take my hand. I want to take this hand and I want to grab that little grill out that boy's mouth. I just want to snatch it out. And you know what I want to do it after that? You know what I want to do? I want to dip my toes in it and put it back. That's exactly what I want to do. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this. And the last time I felt like that, boy, three strong black women got arrested that night. So, yeah.
Okay. So for any other reason than what you've just told us, I think that's a reason to show up on Sunday. I am so excited to see you. I don't know how anybody can call you a nobody, but yeah, super excited to see you. For the fans in Raleigh, they may have not had a chance to see Cam Jackson. What do they have to look forward to?
Oh man, I like to call it unorthodox. Nobody knows what's gonna fly out of my mouth next. Nobody know, and I guess the young ones would say pause after that. Nobody knows what I'm gonna do next. I don't even know half the time, to be honest. That's the joy in all this. That's the joy in Cam Jackson. The joy is that you don't know what you're gonna get, but you know whatever it is, it's gonna be some good beep.
All right. Well, I am certainly excited to watch your match, and thank you for joining us tonight. And we'll see you on Sunday.
Yes,
thank you so much, man.
Awesome.
Peace.
So we go from Cam Jackson, who everybody should know, to a man that everybody does know. This is a man that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one. We have Mr. Trey Havoc, the 24K man. Everything he touches turns to gold. Coming off of a UPW Uncensored that probably still is making him pretty upset. How are you doing tonight, Trey?
You know what? I don't want to talk about me right now. I
Okay.
want to talk about you two. How are y'all doing right now?
Oh
You know,
my
I'm doing
God.
pretty good. I've come
Thank
down
you,
a little
man.
bit. Brutality Inc. was a little bit mean to me. I had to talk to Benny. That was a little unfun, but I'm glad you're here. I'm a big fan. So
God, you're so nice.
you're making my night a lot better.
I've watched this show. I watched the hell that you guys just went through, and I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have had a few libations before this, but I need you guys to understand that the chaos that this show has been is insane. We've had Brutality Inc. I'm gonna get it back. I ain't worried about it. I'm in a good mood right now, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. All right. We've had Cam Jackson. We've had so much personality. We've had Sean Cruz sit here and give us his life. And the chip on his shoulder is as big as a boulder. All right. But at the top of this incredible card, we've got who we got? Who we got, Christian?
Well, we have you. We've
got Mr. 24 Karat Trey Havoc. The second time he's been in the main event in 2 shows.
Absolutely. We have David Parish.
And we have OMG James Ryan.
We've got OMG James Ryan. Now I'm going to get to David Parish in a second because I want him to have his time. But OMG James Ryan, see, last year this man was on my list. And I got the opportunity to wrestle this man, but in a different headspace. I was in a completely different headspace than I am right now, and I lost. And this man went on to become the Ace Heavyweight Champion. So this Sunday, I come in with some redemption in mind. I come with some revenge in mind. I come to right a wrong. So November 12th, I'm going to pin OMG James Ryan. And that is no slight on David Parish. See, David Parish, I've watched since he stepped foot at AML Training Center. And I've watched him kill it since then. But I've got a personal story that I've got to finish. And that story will be finished November 12th.
Yeah. I think
okay. If we get back up just a little bit, just a tiny bit, and if you're not comfortable answering, that's okay, man. But if we could talk about the end of last show and the main event, the formation of the process, they got involved in something that you could argue wasn't their business. Can you just kind of walk us through that and what we can look at going forward? And if you think they're gonna try to sneak their nose into your business again, how you're preparing for that?
I know you guys are running over, so I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet.
Take time, yeah. The floor is yours.
Myself and Bojack, we are 2 apex level talents. We are 2 timeless talents. And at the last show, you guys witnessed something very special with Trey Havoc and Bojack, the Dreadlock Demolition Machine. And at the end of the day, I was unsuccessful. I didn't win. My hand was not raised. I take accountability for that. I accept that. But after that match, when Bojack and Trey Havoc gave each other everything we had, for you, Mark James, and I don't even want to get pissed off because that's what he wants. See, that's what I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Here. It won't happen again. I let my guard down after a very emotional match for me, and I reaped what I sowed. It won't happen again. I can guarantee you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited to see this story with James Ryan, and I'm excited to see you again in the main event at UPW. I don't think there's a person that deserves it more than you. We thank you for coming on tonight, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Appreciate you guys for having me. And guess what? After this main event, it's going to be another main event because I'm righting the wrong with Bojack, and I'm winning the United Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. So let's get that 3-peat.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to finish drinking. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you, man.
Drink one for us. We're gonna go from one trade to another here. We are now joined by the top shooter,
the top shooter, man.
Ray Derula. I don't know if you heard what Cam Jackson said he was going to do to you. Did you have a chance to hear that?
I heard every bit of it. And you know, Cam, I just want to say, you're very well traveled, but sir, you have not been in the ring with me and Maurice Moss, which makes you and nobody. And this are gonna stay right where they are right now in my mouth. So good luck. What's up, boys?
Hey, how are you doing,
man? Man, it's very exciting. This match is very exciting because it's a first time match. Now you and Maurice Moss both were unsuccessful in your matches last month, but you seem to kind of have bonded over that, and you seem like that's bringing y'all together. Can you talk us through like y'all forming this team, wanting to work together, what you look to accomplish here in UPW?
You see, the last show, well, to start the last show, Maurice Moss had a hardcore match, right, with Will Bannon.
Yeah.
And he put up a hell of a fight, right? Will Bannon gets a W, but Maurice Moss makes a statement. Exploding that bat on that boy back. You see, fast forward to the tag team match. UPW decides to pair me with a paratrooper, right? It works most of the match. Honestly, we were a pretty cohesive unit until things start hitting the fan, right? Then you want to turn on me at the end of the match. So now you got 3 guys and you got me wanting to bring me in, trying to peer pressure me. But that's not going to happen. You see, so what did I do? I made a statement. That's how you bond. That's how you form a team. And me and Maurice Moss, it's almost like we were meant to be together. You feel me? Like if his career trajectory was going at a certain level and mine was just starting, but I feel like now, ever since everything has started to roll, I'm starting to go on that same trajectory. And together is going straight up and straight to them UPW Tag Team Championships.
Absolutely.
You have anything, since you're talking about the championships, you have anything you'd like to say to Brutality Inc.? I think they might be watching, just so they can just shake their fist at us.
Brutality Inc. Honestly, no. I respect Brutality Inc. I like the way that they go about their business. It's the same way I'm trying to go about my business. But if it ever comes down to it, baby, if it's me and Maurice Moss and Mark James and Alex Evans, hey, woo-wee, it's about to be some fire. But you already know who's going to come out on top. The top shooter, Trey Havoc.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to this match. I can say that there's not a single match on this card that I'm not looking forward to. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for everybody who's watching. This Sunday, the Boys and Girls Club on Raleigh Boulevard, Raleigh, North Carolina. Doors open at 3, bells 4. You get your tickets at bit.ly/UPWFFF. You got a code, Trey?
My code is Derula. Make sure that's the only code you use because that's going to get you more money off your tickets. Okay? Don't listen to what nobody's saying.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for everybody who watched. We hope you guys have a great night, and we hope to see you on Sunday.